Do you think you could help me find an RPG?
Oh, yeah, for sure. What are you looking for?
So I just finished a D&D campaign. I'm the
Okay.
GM, and I'm looking for something that's a little easier to get to the table. So it's not going to create as much prep work for me.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot of good stuff that does that, especially these days with the indie scene opening up so much.
What do you mean by the indie scene?
Smaller press, basically, not the 800-pound gorilla that is Wizards of the Coast, but a lot of these smaller publishers, some of them quite tiny. So first of all, want to point you to Trophy Gold and a companion volume you don't need, but it's really helpful, Trophy Loom here. This is the whole game, okay? And this includes multiple pre-written scenarios, so you can literally pick up and play with this one, read through maybe 30 pages of rules, most of which actually fit on a flowchart on one piece of paper you can print out from their website.
Okay.
Keep that as your reference during the game. You never really need to open the book except to look at the scenario you're running.
Do my players need to read a bunch of stuff too?
Your players don't need to read anything. You can walk them through character creation in like 10 or 15 minutes for the whole table, because everything is rolling on tables or just choosing off of lists. You're not even having to worry about numbers during character creation. You're just writing down descriptors, and that's all you need to worry
We still
about.
get to roll dice, right?
Still get to roll dice. Yeah, plenty of dice rolling at the table. Best part is there's kind of a press your luck mechanic at the heart of it. So players are always choosing if they want to make it easier on themselves for a price. So great for that. And then Trophy Loom has become one of my favorite setting books ever. And this is all sorts of random tables and lists. Hey, you need to generate ideas for legendary heroes and artifacts. You need to come up with the kinds of encounters they might have in an old prison, stuff like that. So you can basically use these together to generate the setting as you play. You don't even need to map out the world or anything in advance.
Nice.
You just grab the book, grab some six-sided dice, and go.
Cool.
All right?
Like that.
So, fast and easy on that one. Now we're going to move over to mazes. We actually just had someone from 9th Level Games in running this in the store. This is a phenomenally good pick up and play, has a great old school dungeon delving feel, but you start everything en medias res, like right at the beginning of the action. You dive straight in, there's no shopping in town. Instead, if your character realizes they need something in the moment, the player can spend a token and say, hey, you know what? I definitely remembered to buy some rope back in town. Reach into their backpack. Here's the rope.
Cool.
All right. You don't need to prep adventures at all for this if you don't want to. There are published modules, and it's really easy to adapt modules from other games to this system. But quite honestly, just a core concept for a dungeon or a haunted castle or whatever, and you can jump right in and go with mazes.
Cool. I love the artwork on it too.
Absolutely. And it uses, each player only needs a single die. So one player will be rolling a d4 the whole time, another player will be rolling a d10 the whole time, and so on, d10 down to d4. And the dice represent really interesting mechanics. Easy to run at the table. Players pick it up very quickly.
Cool. So mazes and Trophy Gold and Loom.
Yep, absolutely. Those
check
are
those out.
awesome pick up and play fantasy RPGs for you.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure.